and evil corporation is a staple of science fiction, usually an enormous amoral multinational company, often a megacorporation, a conglomerate with powers which are usually held by governments, which values profits over ethics and life, or at least started out as a company that meant well, but ultimately creates infinitely more harm than good. These companies may be so powerful that they can ignore the law, possess their own heavily armed private armies, hold sovereign territory, and possibly even act as outright governments. These companies are primarily responsible to the shareholders, not those affected by their actions. Evil companies may be larger than the economies of some of the states within which they operate, and can wield significant economic and political power. No international treaties exist to specifically regulate the behavior of evil companies with regard to human rights or environmental rights. They often exercise a large degree of control over their employees, taking the idea of corporate culture to an extreme. List of fictional evil corporations. In comics Oscorp Industries, this multi-billion-dollar multinational corporation is both directly and indirectly responsible for creating some of Marvel Comics' worst supervillains as collateral side effects. Spider-Man's creation was the only product of genuine goodness from this company's shady history of unethical military hardware and genetic experiments for the sake of profit. LexCorp, founded by Lex Luthor as a legitimate means to cover his criminal activities and establish ways to defeat his nemesis Superman as well as to achieve world domination. In films, Weyland-Yutani Corporation, this enormous interplanetary, multinational conglomerate, generally referred to as the company, apparently finds it morally acceptable to impregnate its employees with chest-bursters, disregarding the very real possibility that a single xenomorph could wipe out the human race, in order to acquire the alien DNA for the reverse-engineered biological weapons development. Compare the Weyland Corporation in Ridley Scott's 2012 film Prometheus. Spectre. This corporation, a global terrorist commercial enterprise, hides its true motives behind a seemingly legitimate visage and turns hefty profits by playing both sides of the Cold War. Unlike other corporations, they are fully aware and embrace being an evil corporation. It has spawned a laundry list of parodies and clones. Omni-consumer products. This corporation creates products for virtually every consumer need, has entered into endeavors normally deemed non-profit, and even manufactured an entire city to be maintained exclusively by the corporation. OCP represents a modern example of the long-standing trope of the evil megacorporation in science fiction. Cyberdyne Systems, in the "it seemed like a good idea at the time" category. This corporation creates the AI technology that the cyborgs use to commit genocide and enslave humans. RDA Corporation. This corporation goes to any length to mine unobtainium even if it tramples on the rights of the native population of the moon. Pandora. In television, Globex Corporation. This corporation only appeared in a single, if memorable, episode, a deliberate parody of Evil Corporation. The company at first appears to be one of those progressive 1990s workplaces until it emerges the loafer-wearing boss as a James Bond-style supervillain hell-bent on destroying the world, all while offering his employees free lunch and massages. E-Corp, known as Evil Corp to the protagonist of Mr. Robot, a multinational banking conglomerate and tech monopoly company. REVOCS. The REVOCS Corporation, a textile company headed by Ragyo Yuan and the Yuan conglomerate, was actually a front for Ragyo's plan to disseminate the life fibers, alien parasites that take the form of clothes, throughout the world. Every piece of clothing manufactured by REVOCS contains dormant fibers, awaiting to awaken and feed on the human wearers. In video games, Umbrella Corporation, this omnipresent multinational conglomerate, is a textbook example of corporatocracy gone wrong, and the evils of capitalism. An international biochemical and pharmaceutical company portrayed as an international player and the world's leading supplier in petroleum, cosmetics, consumer products and foods, pharmaceutical goods and medical supplies, healthcare and health insurance, computer technologies, along with more clandestine operations utilizing military hardware, biological agents and genetic engineering. The legitimate status being only a front for the secret research of bioorganic weapons, developed through the use of a unique vector virus discovered by the company founders shortly after World War II. One of Umbrella's subsidiaries is UBCS, a private military company with a highly trained security force capable of targeted killing, counterintelligence, rescue and reconnaissance, paramilitary operations, field testing. Umbrella's bioweapon prototypes, and are even authorized the use of nuclear weapons. The corporation used its top-secret Special Forces group to secure and protect its assets and high-profile employees. VersaLife and Page Industries, through its subsidiary VersaLife, manufactures an extremely aggressive virus based on nanites. The Majestic 12 conspiracy, which controls both Page Industries and VersaLife, attempts to use this virus to destabilize the world and make a grab for power. Abstergo Industries, this corporation is the public face of the Templars, a monastic military order turned transnational corporate giant. Much like the Assassins, the Templars have existed through the entirety of recorded human history. They are a secret society of people whose only goal is to save humanity from itself. To achieve the goal, the Templars plan to obtain the pieces of Eden, which will allow them to control human minds. Aperture Science Laboratories, this corporation displayed no regard for ethics or life. Then they created GLaDOS, Shinra Electric Power Company. The Shinra Electric Power Company, also known as Shinra Inc., and sometimes spelled Shinra, is a company in the world of Final Fantasy VII. It is primarily a power company, supplying Mako energy and making electricity efficient and easily available. Shinra also operates in genetic engineering, space exploration, and projects its power through a military that includes the elite group soldier. The military power, combined with a monopoly of Mako energy, gives Shinra a measure of control over the world populace. Alta Corporation. The Alta Corporation, mainly called Alta, is the main antagonist in Red Faction, and one of the main antagonists in Saints Row 2. Saints Row. In the Saints Row series, the corporation is a clothing company, real estate company, and a weapons manufacturer. After the events of Saints Row, the corporation had rebuilt the district of Saints Row into a tourist trap and a site for the Phillips Building, Alta's HQ. Alta also controls the Stillwater Police Department, but has its own security force called the Massacre Team that patrols in the Saints Row district and the Phillips Building. The Alta Corporation's media group was merged with the Saints after the Saints Row 2 DLC, Saints Row. Alta Exposed, creating the Saints Alta Media Group. Red Faction. In the Red Faction series, the corporation is a weapons and nanotechnology manufacturer and a mining company. The corporation shows no regard for human life, as they enslave the workforce and have most executives in the corporation have free reign over the workers. It also had hidden the tensions between Alta and Red Faction from Earth. The corporation was overthrown by the Red Faction and Earth Defense Force in Red Faction. In toys and card games, Cobra Industries. This corporation's subsidiaries are involved in communications, pharmaceuticals, and military technologies. Numerous governments have long suspected them of criminal activity, but have no evidence. Use in real life. Several real-life corporations such as Monsanto and Halliburton have been named evil by activists and the media. The labeling of corporations as such may be an indicator of anti-corporate activism. In an interview, Edward Neumeier, the screenwriter for the original RoboCop, reflected on how the film's script is starting to play into reality. "We are now living in the world that Un was proposing in RoboCop. How big corporations will take care of us, and how they won't.